Yeah, obviously we'll know more when we get the results back from the MRI. So he was scheduled, he got that today. But the reality is he's potentially, or most likely, doubtful for this weekend, which is the result of some questionable tactics by recent matchups that we faced. The opening possession by Melbourne, they made it clear, right, where Tucker left his man and shoulder barged Keanu off the ball, and the foul was called, which was great, but there was only one more foul called in Keanu's favour after that. So a guy who averages 5.5 fouls drawn, gets to the foul line for 7 attempts a game. The last 2, he's drawn 2 and he's gone to the foul line once, and there's nothing's changed with how he's gone about playing the game. The referees are big on landing space. We foul Illy at the 3-point line, he gets 3 shots. We foul Cotton at the 3-point line, he gets foul shots, and rightly so. But, it doesn't apply, I guess, necessarily to close quarter contacts around the rim for Keanu, because he has an uncontested dunk. Mason Peetling's completely out of the play and ends up walking underneath him. And the result is it's a no call. I get warned for my behaviour on the sideline, and now Keanu's foot's in the boot. So it's one thing to send a double team. It's another thing as well to have guards sliding in at all different angles to try and draw, whether it's a charge, a blocking foul, or a no call, regardless of what the officials call it. The result is Keanu's picking himself up off the floor. That's jeopardising his ankles, that's jeopardising his health. So, I'm asking for protection for Keanu out there, because they make no secret about him being targeted. They make no secret about him being a key focus of their defence. But the reality is he's so dynamic and so athletic and so gifted that they don't have anybody necessarily capable of defending him one-on-one. And because he's not a off the on-ball back to the basket, his double teams are coming at a point where he's going downhill. So, we're going to see how he pulls up in the next couple of days, how the swelling goes. But this jeopardises what we're trying to do throughout the season. This jeopardises our season because we don't have the luxury, right, to bring someone else in, an NBA champion mid-season.
Adam, I know that you're frustrated, but how is Keanu taking it?
Yeah, the frustrations, he feels it too. They want to talk a lot about MVP contentions and MVP race, and he's still being spoken to and treated to like a scrub out there. So if the message is that no one's going to protect him, you have to think about what he's going to do for his future. His career is potentially going to take off, financially rewarding for him, but there's a level of how much does he want to jeopardise that, knowing that some of the tactics that have been employed by how teams defend him could rule him out for the rest of the year. So there's a level of frustration that he's trying to navigate at the moment, but to his credit, he's the ultimate professional.
That was my next one. So, we'll change it up a little bit. Obviously, Christmas breaks happened. The boys have come back. They've had 3 training sessions now.
Yep.
How is the team feeling on this side of the Chrissy break?
Yeah, good. There's a level of focus. We know this is the business end of the season now, so there's 6 weeks left remaining in the regular season. It's an entertaining run with 8 teams still in consideration for that top 6. So the league's got what they want there in terms of that narrative, and the boys know that it's on us right now to make sure we take care of business each week, each round, each game, each possession. So this week's been really good. We know what we need to do to get done to be successful.
And New Year's Eve game, it's always a big one. How do you get the boys up to be able to perform in front of the home crowd on this special game?
Yeah, I guess the same for every home game. Not trying to put too much pressure on them. The importance of it, the support and the fan base has been great, and they always get up for our home games and more so for the New Year's Eve games. And it's important that we don't want to put any additional pressure on what needs to get done. But as long as we play hard and do what gets done, the fans have always appreciated it, and I think the guys are starting to understand that now, where you show 100% and the fan base will give you 100%.
Wasn't long ago until since you played Adelaide. What are the lessons out of that one coming into this one? What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, they outworked us. For something that we pride ourselves on, they did a better job of it. for the most part, we did a good job with the scout and with particular matchups. And then, Hiram Harris gets some O-boards off the bench, and Cleveland gets some offensive rebounds, and they generate some second chance points for themselves. And, we blew a 19-point lead, and it wasn't that Adelaide did anything outside of themselves. They just worked harder than us, and that's going to be really important. We don't make those same mistakes.
What is the contingency plan now that Pender's out? Who are you looking to?
A collective. You got a guy that's averaging 10 rebounds a game, and you can't just expect one person to do that. So we've already had that discussion with the bigs. We had our bigs meeting this morning, and to say, everybody's got to add in that little bit extra. So we've got to get 2 rebounds from here, and we've got to get 2 rebounds from there. And the guards are really on standby too, knowing that we just can't be spectators. If you're not getting the rebound, you've got to take your man out of the contest to get that rebound. So to expect one person to do what Keanu does is going to be hard. So if everybody can do a little bit extra and fill the void, it should be enough to get us over the line.
You've got 11 games in 34 days to finish off the season, being in the finals. How are you preparing for that?
Yeah, we started that pre-season, and that was part of the recruitment with Ro, Josh, and Steph in our partnership with CQ University, having the tactical periodisation plan in place. We planned out what our January schedule was going to look like pretty much a week after the fixtures got released, and so we know where our high days are, our low days are, managing bodies, and for the most part, the reality is right now, knock on wood, Keanu's the only one out for us. To be at this stage of the season and have 92% of your roster fit and available is pretty good.
A lot better. We had a bunch of games kind of just jumbled up right there, so I think everybody's feeling a lot better now with that little break we had.
And it's led you into, you've got 11 games coming up for 34 days to finish off the season. How are you boys preparing for that?
Taking it day by day. We know we have a big task in front of us. We know what the end goal is, but we just got to go to each game, take it one by one.
How do you think your boys are sitting currently now? Just dropped 4th, tough run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had some tough games, but at the end of the day, we know where we're at. We know we can control our own fate at the end of the day. So we go out there, play each game like we can, and go in there to win. We should be fine.
In the sideline, I guess, what does that mean for you personally? How are you going to try and get the boys up, get that team working, and really stepping up to fill your absence?
Just having that next man up mentality. I think we have a lot of guys ready to play. A different opportunity for a lot of guys. They should all be ready to go, but just keeping everybody level-headed, ready to play. Big thing for us.
And Adelaide's up. I guess it hasn't been long since you played them last time. What are you expecting from there?
Honestly, that's the game that we felt like we played better than for 3 quarters. In the last quarter, we kind of just gave it away. So everybody should be ready for that game. We know they beat us on the rebounding a lot. We turned the ball over late in the game. So those are main focuses for us right now, but we should be good though.
And it's the New Year's Eve game. It's quite a televised game, quite a popular one here. I guess, how good is it to be able to really put your game and the Taipans game on center stage for everyone to watch and appreciate?
Yeah, I think it's great for our team and our city and the players. Having everybody come out there and support us and see the game should be a great feeling for us. Hopefully the crowd's ready for us to help us get a win out there.
How important is this one in terms of the next stretch? Like Adelaide, looking at your next 5 games, Adelaide is the one there that could be the upset. How important is it to knock this one off before you move to the likes of, South East Melbourne?
Yeah, this is obviously my first year in this league, but realizing that every game is a tough game. It doesn't matter if you're the first place team or the last place team. Every team has guys that can win a game at any moment. So we have to do a better job of just worrying about Adelaide right now. We know what our schedule is, but if we don't worry about them, then we're going to lose. So we got to really focus in on them.
Any big matchups for Adelaide that you're expecting, hoping to shut down?
They have a lot of great players. I know Franks and McCarron and Cleveland are great players. Clark probably going to play, I think, as well. So that's a big pickup for them. So we just got to be ready for everybody and just lock in.